Okay, I'm going to show you a few more things on the Ferroli bluehelix. First thing I'm going to do is the actual test mode. You use this one for when you're getting the readings when you're doing a boiler service. So all it is, plus and minus button together. The screen will change. You go up to 80%, and that's what the boiler's normally set at, 80%. These two are flash, the flame will come on. Now if you want to take it to maximum, press the plus button and it'll go on to 100% of what the kilowatt is. If you want to get the minimum readings, if you're interested in getting minimum readings as well, which is quite useful, press the minus button and it'll go to 0, and that's just for the actual minimum readings. Take it back to maximum. You can go down with the left hand button to whatever percentage you want to get to. To get back out of it, the same way you got in, the same way you get out. Press them two buttons and it comes out. Now we're going to do another one on here, and I must stress you've got to have the front cover on to do this other one on the boiler, and you really need to be gas safe registered as well to do any sort of gas sort of work on the boiler. So this one, for argument's sake, you've changed a gas valve or you've had to change a circuit board for whatever reason, you have to do a calibration mode, so the circuit board and the gas valve speak to each other and start getting the proper readings. So we've got the plus button and the off button, press them in both together. Here we'll come up calibration. This takes probably just over a minute to do, and you must 100% must have the front cover on. I do another test while I'm doing this. I actually test the air intake at the same time, and so you 100% know that the integrity of the flue is working. It's something that we find a lot of people just completely miss, but it's so important, especially on a gas valve that calibrates all the time itself. If it's getting a slight bit of a mixture in, it will never work properly. You'll start getting like a flue fault eventually. So that's how you do the calibration if you've changed a gas valve or you've had to change a circuit board, and it will take about a minute. So what happens after it's done its calibration, you'll just go back to the same screen as normal. Just to note, you don't have to do this every time you do a service. It will do it automatically on its own. If you ever clean the flame rectification or you change the electrodes, it's not something you need to keep doing. If you are going to clean the electrodes, you lightly clean them, because it needs that electrode to be working properly to get the readings properly. And that's the screen it goes back to once it's finished. And that's how you do the test mode and calibration on a Ferroli bluehelix.